Ideally, if you can get on college campuses before you're really, really invested, your mind is much more open and you get to see the variances and the differences that are out there.
So another opportunity that you may or may not be aware of is a lot of schools now have programs that can assist students who don't have the finances to get to the school. So a lot of schools now are doing fly-in programs either in the fall before you even have applied, or once you've applied and been admitted, they also may pay for you to come and visit then. So it's, again, always worth asking questions. If you really want to visit a school, it's always worth calling that school and saying, hey, look, I'm a low-income student. Do you have any programs where I might be able to come and visit? And it's, again, a lot of schools will take that opportunity to try to get you onto their campus. Some may have an application process, and some are competitive, some aren't as competitive. But again, it's definitely worth looking into. So not all students get a chance to visit, but it's always worth asking questions to see if there are opportunities where the school may be able to help you do that so you can make some good decisions.
Start visiting colleges just in your neighborhood, just so that you get a sense of the difference between a small school and a large school and a school that's an urban campus and that's a rural campus. So looking for as many diversity variables will begin to give you a sense of what you like and where you think you're going to learn best.
Most students will say that a campus visit is one of the most important things they're going to do in helping them determine if the school is going to be a good match for them. But things you can do, typically on the website you can see most schools will offer daily information sessions and tours. I think that's probably a good starting point for a lot of students. Some of them you have to sign up ahead of time, some of you can just come to the campus and do that. And again, it's a good general starting point. There are some schools that will offer interviews. Some of them might be evaluative, some of them might just be informational. And again, you can decide, is that a step you want to take? But doing interviews can be an important part for you to get feedback from a college admissions person about specific questions you have. But I would also definitely get off the beaten path this as well. So if you have time, you may also want to be able to schedule some other kinds of things while you're there. So if you're really interested in the theater, you might be able to schedule an opportunity to talk with somebody in the theater department and what the opportunities might be. You might want to just spend some time in the student center and sort of ask questions from some random students there who aren't part of the admissions office, just to get their take on different kinds of things. You might have an opportunity to sit in a class. So if you're there during the school year, you might be able to schedule it where a lot of schools will let you sit in on classes so you can get a take on that. So if you're interested in, I think I might want a big school, what is it like to be in a lecture hall of 300 students, you might get a chance to do that.
Find out what the class size is, okay? Ask yourself, do I like being at a big college where a lot of students, or does a smaller environment work for me best? What do the dormitories look like? What are some of the classes that you'll be taking during your first year? What are the resources? For example, do they have, if I have problems, let's say with writing and my writing assignments, do they have tutorials on that? I would also, and I used to recruit for graduate students, but I would always say to students, ask if you can talk to other students.
Well, there are some schools that let you do an overnight, so you can actually spend, a night there and, see what a typical night is like. Go to the library, what is the dorm like at night? What are the kids talking about? So, a lot of those things can be very helpful. The summertime is a really important, is a very popular time to visit because students are out of class and you have the opportunity to go, but a lot of campuses are very different in the summer, so you have to remember that. If you have the opportunity to go during the school year, that's probably ideal, but that's a little bit more difficult. So again, using a campus visit wisely can be incredibly helpful in the process. And again, most of the students that I've worked with have found that to be a really helpful, piece of their research process.